Good morning. I am Christy Monk with the Alabama Department of Environmental Management's Office of Water Services. I'm the designated hearing officer for these proceedings. The role of the hearing officer is limited to ensuring an orderly hearing so that so that an accurate record of the hearing may be developed for the department. On behalf of the department, I would like to welcome each of you to the hearing this morning and thank you for your attendance. In accordance with Section 303(c)(1) of the Federal Clean Water Act and federal regulations promulgated thereunder, the department is conducting a review of Alabama's water quality standards. The purpose of this hearing is to provide the public an opportunity to comment on the current provisions of two chapters of ADEM Administrative Code, Chapter 335-6-10, which prescribes the rules for water quality criteria, and Chapter 335-6-11, which prescribes the rules for water use classifications for interstate and intrastate waters. Notice of the date, time, place, and purpose of this hearing has been posted on the department's website since July 2nd, 2021. Notice of the date, time, place, and purpose of this hearing was also published in the Birmingham News, the Mobile Press Register, the Huntsville Times, and the Montgomery Advertiser on July 2nd, 2021. The notice also advised that written comments on the current rules in ADEM Administrative Code Chapters 335-6-10 and 335-6-11 must be received by the department no later than 5:00 p.m. today, August 19th, 2021. Copies of the certifications of the newspaper publications will be included in the hearing record as Exhibits C1 through C4. On July 2nd, 2021, the department also caused the same notice to be sent via email to 2,511 individuals and organizations requesting notice of public hearings. A listing of email addresses to which the notice was sent will be included in the hearing record as Exhibit C5. This hearing is being conducted to provide the public an opportunity to present data, views, questions, and arguments regarding the current rules in ADEM Administrative Code Chapters 335-6-10 and 335-6-11. It is open to the public, and anyone wishing to present oral testimony or a written statement may do so. Persons who have not previously advised the hearing officer of their intent to give oral testimony should complete a registration card and present it at the registration table. In addition to oral testimony, written comments may also be submitted. Written comments are given the same consideration as those that are presented in person at this hearing. This hearing is being recorded by a court reporter, and a transcript will be included in the public record. Lengthy statements containing considerable technical or other significant data should be submitted for the record in writing. Summaries of such statements may be presented orally. All testimony and written statements should be as factual as possible and should address the subject of this hearing. This hearing is not intended as a question and answer session, and persons giving testimony will not be subject to questioning by the public. They may, however, be questioned by the hearing officer or any other representative of the department to clarify points and to develop a better understanding of the information being presented. Before proceeding to the receipt of public comments, on behalf of ADEM, I will provide a brief summary of the most notable changes to Chapters 335-6-10 and 335-6-11 since the last triennial review. Effective October 4th, 2019, Rule 335-6-11-.02 was revised to revise the water use classifications of segments of Duck River in the Black Warrior River Basin in Coleman County. For Duck River from Mulberry Fork to Duck River Reservoir Dam, the department added a segment not previously identified by name and classified the segment Fish and Wildlife. For Duck River, also known as Duck River Reservoir, from Duck River Reservoir Dam to the extent of the reservoir, the department added a segment not previously identified by name and classified the segment as public water supply and Fish and Wildlife to reflect its use as water supply source by the Utilities Board of the City of Coleman. For Duck River from Duck River Reservoir to its source, the department added a segment not previously identified by name, and classify the segment as fish and wildlife. This concludes my statement on behalf of ADEM. We've reached the time for the receipt of public comments. The order of appearance of persons giving oral testimony will be in the order they filed their registration cards. When making a statement, please step to the podium and then state your name and any interest or organization that you represent. I now recognize Mr. Sam Howell.
Thank you very much. My name is Sam Howell from Cleveland, Alabama. That's Blount County in North Alabama. And I'm speaking on behalf of the Friends of the Locust Fork River. We are stewards of the river for all the citizens of Alabama. Thank you for the opportunity to comment on the proposed water quality standards and use classifications for Alabama waters during the triennial review process. I am speaking to ask ADEM to please update the department's regulations to apply the S swimming classification to all places where swimming and other whole body contact recreation is actually taking place, both historically and currently. I and my family, I do live on the Locust Fork River. I and my family frequently enjoy swimming in all parts of the Locust Fork River. But particularly we swim at Crooked Shoal Bridge on County Road 13 and Swan Bridge up in Cleveland, Alabama, and the new Kings Bend Scenic Overlook that the county has turned into a park on Highway 231 that seems to be attracting a lot of visitors that are making full body contact with the Locust Fork River. And also there's a section on the upper end of the Locust Fork River where there's an outfitter, River Beach Outfitters, that puts in hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people in little kayaks, little kid kayaks, and they're experiencing swimming in full body contact. And that needs to be considered when you hopefully you will revisit the Locust Fork River and take that into consideration. And I'm concerned that if ADEM does not give this area its proper designation of swimming in full body contact, that we may be exposed to more pollution than is actually healthy. So please update Alabama's water quality criteria for the protection of human health to reflect EPA's recommended toxic pollutant criteria. It is my understanding that ADEM has not updated the criteria for many pollutants, even though the EPA has directed you to do so. Again, I am very concerned that if ADEM doesn't update the criteria for these pollutants, that me, my family, and my friends may be exposed to much more pollution when we go swimming, which is totally unnecessary. I and my family thank you for the opportunity to offer these comments, and we look forward to the department's response. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Howe. I now recognize Mr. John Kinney. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm John Kinney. I'm here representing Black Warrior Riverkeeper. So Alabama's Administrative Code 335-6-11-.01 subsection 2 provides that use classifications apply water quality criteria adopted for particular uses based on existing utilization, uses reasonably expected in the future, and those uses not now possible because of correctable pollution, but which could be made if the effects of pollution were controlled or eliminated. Now, ADEM Code 335-6-10 provides a footnote that is contradictory to that in Section 11. The footnote in Section 10 states that in assigning this classification to waters intended for swimming and water contact sports, the Commission will take into consideration the relative proximity of discharges of wastes and will recognize the potential hazards involved in locating swimming areas close to waste discharges. The Commission will not assign this classification to waters, the bacterial quality of which is dependent upon adequate disinfection of waste and where the interruption of such treatment would render the water unsafe for bathing. So those two sections of the code contradict each other. In one instance, ADEM is saying that the classification of S for swimming and other whole body water contact sports should be applied if that use is happening. In another part of the code, ADEM says that they won't do it if there are sources of pollution that may inhibit the water quality in those areas. But the directive is clearly that ADEM should disregard whether or not there are sources of pollution and give a designation of swimming where swimming is occurring, has occurred in the past, or may occur in the future. Black Warrior Riverkeeper, in the last several iterations of the Triennial Review, has provided evidence, photographic evidence, of people swimming in rivers and streams where there's not currently an S designation. Based on that, ADEM must upgrade those stream segments to swimming based on the code. The footnote in Section 10 should be disregarded, and it does not comply with the Federal Clean Water Act or the Alabama Water Pollution Control Act. ADEM's approach in the past has been somewhat backwards towards designating use classifications. ADEM will look at the water quality and say, well, it's not fit for swimming, therefore we're not going to give it a swimming designation. But that's not how ADEM code works. That's not how the Federal Clean Water Act works. ADEM should apply the use designation of swimming where swimming is occurring. Full stop. And in our written comments, we've provided a full list of streams and rivers that deserve the upgrade to swimming, and we'll be providing you with those this afternoon.
Okay.
We also would like to support Sam's point that ADEM's water quality criteria need to be updated. The EPA has directed y'all to upgrade the water quality criteria for numerous pollutants in past iterations of the Triennial Review, and that has not been done. I don't know why. I would like an explanation for why ADEM has not upgraded those water quality criteria in accordance with the EPA. And again, we'll be providing more extensive written comments on those later. But thank you for your time.
Thank you. Is there anyone present who has not had a chance to complete a registration card who wishes to speak at this time? No? Okay. Let the record reflect that there is no response. The final hearing record will include a transcript of this hearing, all written submissions and exhibits, and a response by the department to each relevant comment received by the hearing officer before 5:00 p.m. today, Thursday, August 19th, 2021, at the ADEM offices in Montgomery, or via email to hearing.officer@adem.alabama.gov. Once complete, this record will be available for public inspection in the department's Montgomery office or in the department's e-file system. Thank you for your attendance and participation this morning. This hearing is adjourned. Yeah. We need people to